to Equal Entertainment. I'm Tracy E. Gilchrist. The Advocate Channel, Equal Pride, and Out Magazine are joining forces with iHeartMedia and Procter & Gamble for Can't Cancel Pride. It's one of the biggest Pride celebrations online, and the Advocate Channel is the official streaming partner. The celebration kicked off at New York's Club Nebula for the Out.com cover release party featuring Kim Petras, and also the announcement of the full lineup of performers. The Advocate Channel's Stephen Walker caught up with artist Sam Waxon and Out Magazine photographer Devin Kasparian on the red carpet.
Now this very talented man will be telling us exactly why can't we cancel Pride? Tell me.
Well, we can't cancel Pride because we need Pride now more than ever, and we need Pride to be what it's actually supposed to be, which is a riot and a protest. You know, like, I'm very curious to see actually if any big companies, corporations have pulled sponsorships this year, because I think, you know I can speak for myself and a lot of creative friends of mine. None of us are getting Pride campaigns this year. I think people saw what's happening around the country, and a lot of these companies really ran for the hills. So yeah, we need Pride more than ever. We need to be visible. We need to, come out guns a-blazing, and yeah.
How is it working with Kim?
So much fun. She is such a wonderful person, has such a great spirit, great sense of humor, hilarious, so easy to get along with, and photographs just so beautifully. So wonderful, wonderful subject.
And when you're working with talent like this,
yeah,
how do you conceive the ideas? Do you bring them to the table, or you have a chat before? How does this work? I love the fashion. I love it.
Thank you. It's a mix. A lot of times I bring my ideas to the table. She, especially Kim, was super down to get creative with different things. But also, I will shoot on the fly. I'm super adaptable, so I love when something unexpected comes up and I get to be creative on the spot. So it's a mix of both.
This year, JoJo Siwa is your Can't Cancel Pride host. Performers include Adam Lambert, Big Frida, Brandi Carlile, Ciara, Billy Porter, Hayley Kiyoko, Kesha, and Kelsey Ballerini. During the event, Brandi Carlile will also receive the Elton John Impact Award. Can't Cancel Pride has raised over $11 million in donations for LGBTQ+ groups since 2020. Can't Cancel Pride will stream live on the Advocate Channel June 15th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. The streaming wars are heating up with a newish kid on the block. HBO Max has officially transformed into a new service simply called Max. Much of the content is the same, but it also includes programming from Discovery-owned networks. Discovery and Warner Media completed their merger last year, making way for the revamp. HBO Max subscribers don't have to do anything. Discovery Plus users will have to upgrade if they want Max, or they can remain with just Discovery Plus content. Netflix is cracking down on users who share passwords. Netflix is offering subscribers two alternatives. They can transfer a profile to a new member and pay for that person, or add an extra member for about $8 a month. Netflix says it allowed password sharing in the past to fuel growth, and that led to some 100 million households doing so. Now it wants to focus on its revenue. We are just days away from the worldwide release of Disney's The Little Mermaid. It's likely to be one of the true summer blockbusters. Early on, Disney and actress Halle Bailey were criticized for casting a black woman as the undersea princess Ariel. Fans came to her defense. Now, Halle Bailey says she pulled from her own experiences as a black woman to step into the role of Ariel.
I was so excited to bring those themes to life with this version as well, because like you said, we've all resonated with feeling alone, or like maybe we're in the wrong place, or wanting something greater for our future. And as a young black woman, I have felt that way many times in my life. And so just pulling from my own experiences, it was a beautiful thing to incorporate that into Ariel's story.
The new Ariel isn't as boy crazy. I feel like she has her own dreams and motivations. So you can just talk a little about that, and getting to modernize her and still be someone people can look up to.
Yeah, I think the spirit and essence of Ariel has always been so strong and brave, and it is almost, it is about love, and I think it's beautiful when you get to see a young woman kind of experience all these feelings for the first time, whether that be love or experiencing these new life experiences. I mean, it's just a really cool journey for her, and as a young woman you get to see her go through it all, so I think it's great.
Donna Summer has left her mark on the music industry. Her anthems are mainstays at queer hangouts, and now her life and legacy are being chronicled in a new HBO documentary, Love to Love You, Donna Summer. I spoke with her daughter and director, Brooklyn Sudano, along with co-director Roger Ross Williams, about Donna's history with the LGBTQ+ community and early cancel culture.
That voice, that gift was like so present, even in this young little thing right there. It was such a treasure when we found that.
Yeah, a lot of treasures in this. I think fans are going to lose their minds. And I want to touch on, it was really heartbreaking for me to watch. I grew up with Donna Summer. My sister's older and had her albums all the time, so I was always a fan. And I came out in the 80s, and it was so heartbreaking for me to watch this piece about your mom and the LGBTQ+ community in the 80s, and the controversy there. It seemed like a real early example of cancel culture.
That's been one of the struggles of her journey, is that she felt so misunderstood and at times misrepresented about, this particular issue, because she did love so deeply the LGBTQ community, deeply, deeply. And so the fact that there was this issue or this wedge that caused some people to believe that she wasn't someone who was of love and joy and saw them was really devastating for her. I think she understood that, she said something that really was hurtful, and she, regretted that, those comments on stage, but, it wasn't who she was. And I think that, part of our goal in including that in the film is to acknowledge the hurt that was caused, but also hopefully bring understanding and healing.
What happens when you take a story about a family full of spies and combine it with tons of action and comedy? You get the new Netflix series FUBAR. It stars Arnold Schwarzenegger and Monica Barbaro as a dad-daughter duo who work for the CIA. It's loads of fun, and I spoke with co-star Gabriel Luna about his relationship with Arnold and going rogue on a scene with him.
Were there any favorite moments on set or scenes that you got to shoot with either with Arnold or in general?
Yeah, all that stuff in the first episode was great. To not only be back working with him again and get to continue our relationship, but to be truly acting out scenes between two men and not two machines. So yeah. We were. There was one moment where we were driving around in these old Korean War Willys, these Jeeps, Army Jeeps, and we're kind of cruising around. And at one point, the pursuit vehicle and the follow van had to just trust us to do the scene. There was they didn't have the tear deck wasn't reaching the van, so they couldn't actually see what we were doing. They could hear it. They couldn't see what we were doing. And at some point, we were on this really, really kind of gravelly dirt road, and the van couldn't go. So it was just us out there together, just driving with the camera mounts. The cameras are on the car, and they just kind of left us to our own devices and trusted that we were going to get the scene. At some point, they couldn't see it. For some reason, that strikes me as a great moment, because it was just me and Arnold driving around in one of these Army Willys, and he's like, I have one of these at home. He's like, it's in one of my garages in Van Nuys or something. And I was like, that's pretty cool. I want one of these. It's really fun. I mean, little 4-gear stick shift that you're just kind of tearing around on. But yeah, that strikes me as a really fond memory of us kind of going rogue. So it was great to be able to kind of do a job where it was very natural and almost like breathing. Very, very, very easy.
FUBAR is streaming now on Netflix. A longtime member of The Voice is saying goodbye. Country music star Blake Shelton appeared for the final time on the show during Tuesday's finale. Shelton has had an impressive run, appearing in 445 episodes spanning 23 seasons and 12 years. You can visit us on the Advocate Channel YouTube page and subscribe for more content and coverage. I'm Tracy E. Gilchrist, and that's what's happening in entertainment.